Hello, I just wanted to let you know that I really enjoyed visiting your classroom today. I loved the enthusiasm that you show for your content. I love the positivity that comes through as you're talking to your students. You could really tell that you love working with them. You can tell you love your subject matter, and you could tell that you were really excited about the material you were presenting. And so that was just very refreshing and so positive to see. And I know that your kids enjoy coming to class and spending time with you to learn this material. So that was wonderful. I want to talk to you a little bit about what I saw today in the class. And overall, I think everything was very positive. I think you were doing a wonderful job. And so I have some great glows, so some strengths that I would love to share with you, and just a few grows. And I think that that is important to know, that as educators, we are always growing. There is, of course, a lot to talk about in terms of your glowing, in terms of your strengths. You did a really good job on so many things. And then just there are some things that you could look at to maybe improve on. And in no way is that a slight towards you or anything offensive, because like I said, we're all growing as educators. The second that we stop growing is the second that we need to do something different, because I think we can all learn and grow even as we go further into our teaching career. So the first thing that I want to talk about is some of your strengths. I loved, like I mentioned, the positivity, the fact that you got on the camera and that you showed your students, one, yourself, so they could make that connection with you, but also what you were doing. And you had the examples for them so they could physically see it on the camera. And that was wonderful. I think that helps form a good human connection. I also loved that you put your objectives for the week out there so that they knew what you were covering in class that day. You lined out what you wanted them to know and learn, and you had it written on the board. And then you talked about which objective you were covering that day in class. And so I think that's wonderful. It's very important that the students know what it is you want them to know and how they're going to accomplish that. So that was very good that that was clearly lined out for them, the expectation that you had for them for the class that day. Just a couple of things that I think maybe you could work on, possibly growing in, just a little improvement. Again, I love your enthusiasm and I love the tone of your voice and the positivity that you radiate. But I did feel a few times you were talking quickly. And I know I do that a lot too. We get excited, very into the material, and you just want to get it all out there. But I do think in times you went a little too fast. So if you could just maybe take the pace down a little bit, just because you don't know, obviously, all your learners, there may be some that can follow, no problem, but other kids, they may need a little bit more time to process. And so just in moving from topic to topic and just in your explanation, just maybe slow down just a tad so we don't leave those learners behind. The other thing that I thought maybe you could look at doing in the future, trying to incorporate into future lessons, is maybe letting the kids be a bit more involved in the lesson, getting them to interact more. That could be things like letting them have microphone privileges so that they could possibly be the one to get on the mic and talk about the rhyming words, so that they could be the ones to verbalize it and let their classmates decide if it rhymed or if it didn't rhyme. So that would be a good one. Another thing that they could maybe do is maybe that there could be some sort of interactive activity where they could like come up with words of their own that rhyme, or possibly group them. Anything like that would be fabulous. So just some areas that possibly you could grow in. Like I said, overall, I think that you did a great job on your lesson, and I think your kids were listening. It's obviously, you know their names, you have a good rapport with them, so that's wonderful. But like I said, those few things may have just been something that you could possibly work on for the future in your future ELA lessons. Okay. Anyway, so great to meet with you. I'm so glad I was able to watch your class, and you did a really good job. Thank you so much.